Hi and welcome to the Rapid Growth Weekly Vibes from the 5th to the 12th of January. Now, last week I talked about that push and pull energy that we ended 2019 with. Now, that same energy is coming back. And this time it is coming in stronger in the form of what I would call like positive stubbornness almost, right? So I say positive stubbornness vibe as this vibe is not necessarily like a motivational push, but rather frustration and needing to be right and also right on target with your goals. So whatever challenges it is that you're facing, this vibe is now calling you to overcome this. And this vibe is not going to just watch you fail. It's not going to watch you fall. It's going to give you a push and a shove where you need it most. So you might feel a little bit influenced in a stubborn way to tackle your goals. So be mindful as this vibe does, it might leave a little room for flexibility. So remember to stay also flexible, which you will need in order to really truly move things along. Also, now if you are a woman or a man with a strong feminine side, then be mindful of beginning this week because it might, hit some areas with this vibe coming in your emotional life that is a very sensitive point for you, right? So take a deep breath, right? It's whatever it is that comes your way from someone else that hurts, hits that weak spot. It's not intentional. Try not to see people's behavior as a personal attack because it is not. Right? So if you're also in the healing industry or you always just have that burning desire to give something back to the world, then now is your time. Because this vibe supports kind words and also encouragement, like saying something at the right time for someone or even just a compliment can be very healing. It will be received so well this week. Because, of course, words carry emotions and it carries power. And your words carrying healing power to them. Right? So even though you might not see or sense it, this week is now calling you into action to push yourself just a little bit outside of your comfort zone and connect to people, connect with those who you can see are really deeply in need of connection. Now, there's another vibe coming in, giving you another push. We're being pushed around a little bit, but in good ways this week, right? So there's another vibe coming in, pushing you to kind of like, push out outdated projections that you've had in your life and start to really embody life force itself, right? Because this vibe might now inspire you to either just put it to rest for once and for all or to reignite something that you've abandoned, right? So it wants you to see life in a bigger picture and then look at your goal. Instead of looking at your goal as the beginning and the end. And that's probably, if you gave up on it, that's probably why, because it became overwhelming, it became overbearing. So it's now time to put things into perspective. Because this vibe also holds a very strong sense of accomplishment in it. So regardless of the outcome, you will know that it was meant to be. And therefore, worth it, whatever amount of energy it is that you invested into it and deciding to put back into it. But also be mindful that during this time now, that there's also sensitive matters in your friendships or in your intimate relationships, that you don't abandon that. Right? So don't neglect these people. Don't neglect these dynamics by hiding in your projects because this vibe can create quite a ruffling imbalance between your personal life and then, of course, your goal-setting path. Now, this vibe will also flare up challenges that you might be facing and even also it can now increase symptoms. So this is now directly actually related to the area where you had to take control more in your life, rather so more than usual as a result of feeling out of control. And that can come from perhaps having given up on a project, and even though you gave up on it, it made you feel a sense of loss of control because you couldn't quite put your finger on or create what it is that you wanted. So let go of that feeling of loss of control because that is just an illusion. You are still in control. It's now a matter of just taking conscious control back by making a conscious decision as to what it is that you really truly want to do. So just adding a bit into that as well. Try not to overcompensate with harsh reactions, because there are circumstances now that might alter your intended direction in your career. Career, personal projects, if you're self-employed. So just take a deep breath, because there's a moment where these things can pan out, and if they probably don't pan out, then it is okay. Just be mindful how you react to things if you start to see it's not going in the direction that you necessarily wanted them to, because these vibes are coming in, they're coming in fast, and if you it's almost like it's a wave that you have to ride, and you have to really fully stay present and focus with that wave in order to take full advantage of that. Because now what can happen is that if you stay calm, if you stay balanced, you can come up with better solutions and also a plan of action. So whatever failures it is that you feel that you've had, shake it off. Shake off any perceived failures, and also have a look at my video, how to avoid failure, 5 amazing, powerful steps, right? So closer to the end of the week, we also have a full moon on the 10th. So remember to follow my YouTube channel by going to evettevideos.com and to stay up to date, right, with this full moon and the new moon talks and the healing meditations coming in, because there I actually take you through the healing guided sessions to help you to shake off stress, right? Shake off blocks that's stopping you and sabotaging you from really taking advantage of this beautiful, powerful energy that's coming in. Because now also another part here that I wanted to mention to you as well, just before I forget, and in this week, you're going to have a plot twist here, right? So some family dynamics and challenges that's now kind of been brewing in the background might come to the surface. And there could also be a strong link or an influence by a mother figure or a female figure that has or had a strong influence over you. So you might actually, because of that, start to feel psychosomatically, your stomach starting to act up, right? It's almost like a little bit of bloatedness can start to come, feeling just a little bit uneasy, having a bit of digestive challenges there as well. Because it's bringing up the recent, or this feels more past, but it could also be quite recent. Anything that could have happened last year that created a bit of wounds that's now not processed, it can start to come up because it's flaring up now, because it wants you to look at it. It wants you to heal that. And that is what this full moon vibe that's coming in is trying to show you, because it's bringing up these unprocessed memories of a mother or a child relationship and dynamics, and also very deep unresolved issues from your past and family dynamics. It's now going to play out in many different ways in relationships. You might see them playing out in the workplace, in the office, in communities. So you might start to then find yourself during this time, right? You can start to find yourself to thinking back to times that you spent with your mother, or someone that you spent time with that you felt very cared for, or who you wanted to be felt cared by, right? So be mindful that you don't get stuck in the negative aspects, which can now also be magnified by this full moon coming in. So stay focused on the positive and release unprocessed stress from the past that no longer serves you, right? So if you also are a female, you might be challenged in thinking back to the times when, you felt challenged in your relationship. As a woman, it could be with yourself, it could be with a partner, it could be with your mom as well. So it could also be feeling challenged as a woman in someone else's life. It can be anyone, but feeling challenged in your sense of femininity. And if you are a man, then this vibe can bring a slight emotional resonance with it. There could be a deep need to be and feel nurtured, and to feel held and to feel cared for again. So look at ways that you can give that to yourself during this time. And let's also just quickly touch here on love just a little bit while I'm here with you, but stay with me. So from midweek onward, you will feel a beautiful vibe coming in, helping you to see things differently with love, right? So you'll actually start to see how your old approach to love has served you. As well, now it's also showing you that it's time for change, right? Because old approaches is now going to start become mundane. So you might as well start to entertain now a new attitude towards love that is more in alignment with your new identity that you are now beautifully, slowly but surely starting to carve out for yourself in 2020. Now guys, remember to subscribe as well to my YouTube channel at evettevideos.com. Stay up to date with my moon vibes and the healing sessions that we were doing there as well at energyvibesupdate.com. And then also Join me here on Instagram. Join me wherever I am on Facebook as well. Stay up to date because I'm here to help you, set you up for success by taking advantage of these beautiful energy and vibes that are coming in that are there to support you. So we're creating a beautiful, powerful movement for this new year. So let's stay strong, stand strong, and have fun. And remember, until next time, be the light that you are.
Hi guys, thank you for joining me, and remember to grab your copy of Metaphysical Anatomy on Amazon, 679 medical ailments. And I also wrote about the psychosomatic root causes of that, and I'm spoiling you because I even added key points for you to start looking at important questions that you can ask yourself to start improving your quality of life. And also remember to catch me on Instagram, Evette Rose 1 with the digit 1, and Metaphysical Anatomy on our Facebook fan page. Bye guys!